Have you ever noticed the eerie quiet in places that used to buzz with tourists? That silence is spreading across America's most iconic destinations. From Florida's beaches to the neon lights of Las Vegas, tourism is faltering. And it's not just a slow season, it's a fundamental shift threatening entire communities. Behind the postcard images are empty hotels, shuttered businesses, and real people struggling to survive. The musician in Nashville, the Grand Canyon tour guide, the family restaurant in New Orleans, they're all feeling the impact. Today we're pulling back the curtain on 10 states facing this unprecedented tourism crisis. We'll explore the unique challenges, from economic pressures to changing travel habits. This is more than a travel report. It's a look at the heart of American culture and the fight to keep it alive. Florida, once the undisputed king of American tourism, a place where families flocked for sun, sand, and world-famous attractions, is now facing a sobering new reality. Visitor numbers are dropping at a pace not seen in decades, and local businesses are feeling the pinch more than ever before. Rising costs, heated political controversies, and a shifting public perception have all combined to tarnish the state's once golden reputation as a carefree getaway. Small businesses, from souvenir shops to charter boat captains and family-run restaurants, are struggling to survive in this new climate. Travel advisories, warnings on social media, and growing social division are making some travelers rethink their plans, canceling trips they once dreamed about. The ripple effect is huge. Stalled construction projects, falling tax revenues, and an eroding sense of community identity in towns that once thrived on tourism. Florida's challenge now is to reassure travelers, rebuild trust, and show the world it can still deliver unforgettable experiences. The state must adapt to a world where travelers care as much about values and safety as they do about attractions and sunshine. Can the magic return, or is this a sign of a long-term realignment in the travel industry? The future of millions of Floridians, workers, business owners, and families, hangs in the balance. The sunshine remains, but the industry's forecast is cloudy, and uncertainty looms over what comes next. The state must act quickly and decisively to restore its image, rebuild confidence, and secure economic stability for the future. Las Vegas, built on spectacle, a city that never truly sleeps, where neon lights once promised endless excitement and fortune. But now, the city that thrives on tourism is facing a crisis unlike any before. Casinos and entertainment venues are struggling to fill seats, and the city's workforce is feeling the pain as foot traffic dwindles and the energy fades. Fewer casual tourists mean less revenue, leading to layoffs, reduced hours, and uncertainty for thousands of workers who once relied on steady crowds. The entertainment scene, once the soul of Vegas, is seeing empty seats, canceled shows, and artists left waiting for an audience that may never return. The city's specialized workforce, dealers, performers, housekeepers, is at risk, and the dream of a stable life is slipping away for many families. Vegas has reinvented itself before, surviving economic downturns and shifting trends, but this time the challenge is deeper, a fundamental shift in how people spend their time and money. The competition isn't just other destinations, it's changing habits, digital distractions, and new priorities that pull people away from the Strip. The city must find new ways to attract visitors, support its workforce, and adapt to a rapidly evolving world. The stakes have never been higher, and the pressure is mounting for leaders and businesses alike. Reinvention is essential, but the path forward is uncertain, filled with both risk and opportunity. Can Vegas recapture its legendary buzz, or will it have to redefine what it means to be the world's playground? The answer will define its future, and the fate of everyone who calls this city home. Hawaii, paradise for generations, is at a crossroads. The drop in international visitors has devastated local businesses and families. With tourism woven into daily life, job cuts and reduced hours hit hard in a state with a high cost of living. Some residents see environmental benefits from fewer tourists, but the economic pain is real. The islands face a paradox. Tourism sustains the economy but strains culture and nature. Hawaii must find a more resilient, sustainable model, one that protects both its people and its paradise. The future depends on balancing economic survival with cultural preservation. The stakes couldn't be higher for those who call Hawaii home. New York City's legendary energy is flickering. Once a place where the streets pulsed with life at every hour, the city now feels noticeably quieter, as if it's pausing to catch its breath. Thinner crowds and lost tourism revenue are sending shockwaves through the city's economy. Restaurants that once bustled with laughter now sit empty, and the absence of visitors is felt in every corner. It's not just hotels and Broadway. Every taxi driver, food vendor, and museum worker feels the impact. The ripple effect reaches deep, touching families and communities who rely on the city's constant motion. Broadway and museums are struggling, and small businesses face existential threats as foot traffic dries up. The arts, once the heartbeat of New York, now echo in half-empty halls. Each closure erases a piece of the city's unique character. Every shuttered shop is a story lost, a dream put on hold, and a neighborhood changed forever. New York has always bounced back, but this slow erosion is different. The city's resilience is being tested not by a single disaster, but by a gradual, relentless drain on its spirit. The city must find new ways to attract visitors and support its creative lifeblood. Innovation and community spirit will be key to reviving the energy that once defined these streets. The challenge isn't a single event, but a grinding loss of vibrancy. It's a slow fade, not a sudden blackout, and it demands a new kind of perseverance. How does New York reignite its spark in a changed world? The answer lies in the creativity and determination of its people, who have always found ways to adapt and thrive. The answer will shape its future. The choices made now will determine whether the city's next chapter is one of renewal or decline. The city that never sleeps is tired, but not defeated. Its spirit endures, waiting for the moment to rise again. Its next act is about to begin. New York's story is far from over, and its greatest comeback may be just around the corner. Nashville, Music City, is hitting a blue note. Fewer tourists mean lighter tip jars and smaller crowds for musicians chasing their dreams. The entire music ecosystem, from studios to songwriters, is feeling the pressure. Economic strain threatens the city's creative incubator, risking a brain drain of talent. Nashville's identity is at stake. Without its artists, it's just another city. The challenge is to support the creative class and keep the music playing. If artists can't afford to stay, the city loses its soul. Nashville must find a way to weather the storm and nurture the next generation of legends. The future of Music City depends on it. The rhythm may falter, but the song isn't over. Nashville's spirit is on the line. The Grand Canyon's silence is now economic as well as natural. Fewer visitors mean empty hotels and struggling businesses in gateway towns. For many, tourism is the only economy. Without it, survival is uncertain. Tour operators and small businesses face high costs and dwindling bookings. The risk unique experiences could disappear, making the canyon less appealing long-term. Arizona must find new ways to draw visitors and support these fragile communities. The echo in the canyon is a warning. Protect the people as well as the landscape. Chicago's convention industry is in crisis. Canceled events mean empty hotels, quiet restaurants, and lost jobs across the city. The ripple effect is massive, hitting everyone from caterers to cab drivers. The city's heavy investment in convention infrastructure is now under scrutiny. With companies cutting travel and embracing virtual meetings, the old model is at risk. Chicago must pivot. Can it attract new visitors and reinvent its tourism economy? The city's image and energy depend on it. Without conventions, downtown feels eerily quiet. The challenge: replace lost revenue and maintain Chicago's status as a global hub. Reinvention is no longer optional, it's essential. New Orleans thrives on festivals, Mardi Gras, Jazz Fest, and more. Declining attendance threatens not just the economy, but the city's cultural soul. Every festival supports artists, chefs, and street performers who rely on the crowds. Rising costs and concerns about crime and infrastructure are keeping visitors away. As revenue drops, the city struggles to address these very issues, creating a vicious cycle. The traditions that define New Orleans are at risk of fading. The challenge: keep festivals accessible and support the artists who make them possible. The future of the Big Easy depends on protecting its unique spirit. The fight is on to keep the music playing and the parades marching. South Carolina's beach towns are feeling the squeeze. Domestic tourism is down and local economies built on seasonal visitors are at risk. Service workers face unstable incomes, and a weak peak season can be catastrophic. The real estate market tied to tourism is vulnerable. Less rental income means falling property values and reduced tax revenue. The entire economic structure is showing cracks. South Carolina must build a more resilient year-round tourism economy. Can it attract new types of visitors and stabilize incomes for its workers? The future of these charming coastal communities depends on it. Alaska's remote towns depend on cruise ships for survival. A sharp decline in cruises has left communities like Skagway and Juneau stranded. Businesses built for summer crowds face empty stores and layoffs. With no other industries to fall back on, residents face tough choices: debt or leaving home. The high cost of living makes the crisis even worse. Economic diversification is a challenge in such isolation. Alaska must find a sustainable path that honors its unique character. The fight is to survive on the edge of the world, hoping tourism returns. The stakes are nothing less than the future of these frontier towns. Across America, beloved destinations are hurting. These aren't just vacation spots, they're communities built on the promise of a busy season. The empty streets and hotels tell a story of hardship and fading vibrancy. The road ahead is uncertain, but the conversation starts with us. Share your stories and memories, because the future of these places depends on what we do next. Let's talk about the American tourism crisis and what comes after.